da 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 da. Skelin, Hilero is Babonim, Bonim of Nay, Babonim. Skelin, Hilero is Babonim, Bonim of Nay, Babonim. Hayoskim batoiro, batoiro b'mitzvos, b'yemes, b'yemes, b'yemes. Ira, 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 ira. V'yesgel liroy, liroy's boni. Imani mivnai boni, Mishkim batoiro, batoiro b'mitzvos, b'yemes, b'yemes, b'yemes. Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Lili Nishma, Simi Merosus Mordechai. Live from Zurich, from Switzerland. Gives me a lot. I don't know how to say that. I was here exactly a week ago, and it was very, very heartwarming for me because I expected 10 people maybe, and people stayed until 1 something in the morning. Last night, Motzi Shabbos is in Switzerland also, I'm assuming. Ma'ariv was over like 10:30. And I need some time. Usually I take at least 2 hours of Moshe Shabbos for things that I learned on Shabbos and I want to do charts. Started shir about 11:30, quarter to 12. By the time the English shir came around, that was the Hebrew shir, English shir. And we had, what's your name? Remind me your name again. We had Mos Bacher from Davos. I mean, what's your name? Zug, tell me his name.
Besides the 3 generations.
Oh, the 3 generations. That's how I remember you. But what's the last name?
Kornfein.
Kornfein. People in their upper 70s, in the young 60s, Lamazogin, stayed until 2:30 a.m. So it wasn't even a chiddush last week. 1:30 is not a chiddush for Switzerland, I see. Anyways, Yishkoyach for coming out. I know that guy with the green. I know you. You were in Bet Shemesh the other day, right? You live here?
No, I'm just working here tomorrow, so it worked out nice.
Really? Wow, thank you. I want to ask Mechila from Shamshi Shlafrak. He flew in from Eretz Yisrael to see the live shir, and I ran away from Austria and I came to Switzerland. He's not so happy with me now. A public apology. But Yishkoyach for having me on very short notice. Today was like literally, I told Noam, my married son with my twin are flying into Zurich tomorrow morning. So I said, you know what, I'll go. And Noam and Avi, they left. And they have the car, and I wanted the car. Because I said, I'll drive you, we'll do something. So we went to Rheinfall, whatever it's called, beautiful. We went to another fall on the way. And so I'm here. I said, let's just go, let's do a shir here in Shalom Yisrael. It's Gevaldik. So thank you for having me. These are, whoever wants to see, there's some psukim available. I don't know how to do this. Oh, you go like this, you hover over this. Not working, your trick. I'm talking to Mark. Okay. So I'll read these names. Yehuda Jaffe, these are recent Sefer Torah sponsors. We had, beautiful, on Shabbos, somebody donated $3,600 towards the Sefer Torah. So Yehuda Jaffe, Naftali Palachik, that's his name, Naftali Palachik, Chanoch Friedman, Shaul Tefer, Chaim Weissman, very familiar name, Binyamin Stolov, Isaac Lauber, Fivey Weinberger, Shimi Merzel, Anshi Gruen, Yitzchok Weinberger, Shuki Brim, Jonathan Abu, Martin Joshua, Victor Grazi, Mark Kublin, Arbial Tuski, Leibel Sternberg, Yehuda Schwartz, David Nisser, Hillel Kaplan, Aaron Eckstein, Eli Weisentowski, Yaakov Baruchov, Rafi Koltov, Binyamin Adler, Yisrael Halperin, the famous Yisrael Halperin, sits on the main table in RBS, Yossi Axelrod. So Yishkoyach to all these people that have been starved. So what happened was, getting me a Sefer Torah. So it's to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. First, they're getting me a nice present, and it's the Sima Shas present, and it turned out to be a fundraiser for MDY. So it's Gishmak. Win-win-win. What are you going to get him a Magachir that finished 17 years with you? You're going to give him a Becher? Well, you got to get something, a Rebbe gift. I wanted a Sefer Torah. They got it worked out well for everybody. It says Zehen, and everybody's enjoying. MDY official edition of Masechtas Chullin, new sponsors of Dapim, 2 new ones for today. It's a Gavaldic project, getting better and better. Ephraim Maliev, an anonymous from Lakewood, Yishkoya Chevra, Yisrael and Kalma after Baltimore, along with their cousins and fellow junior MDY, Yosef Ephraim Pressman from Muncie, get a tour of the MDY office while visiting the Muncie area. You know that Yossi Klein, not only does he spend 8-9 hours a day on MDY, but he also has 2 secretaries that work full-time for MDY, and he pays them from his own pocket. So that's Tzaddik, Shabbat Tzaddikim, Yishkoyach. Now in Zurich, Rabbi say, now in Zurich. This is what you look like from the backside. It's Givaldik. Okay. This was the first fall I went to. I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, I'm sure you know the names. What is this? You can get up to Mamish, all the way up to it. You know what this is? No shaykhs. It's a very nice place. It is. We're in Switzerland. Wer soll? Wiesbachfall. You sure? Du bist da Bookie in all the falls? What foul is this? This one you don't know. Now I want to hear if he knows. Mr. Dus? He says he doesn't know. You know, Gisburg, he doesn't know that info. Maybe his father didn't take him there because it's not. It's a very big place. Wow. That's today. What? It's a little bit heavier than usual. Wow. The Masechta, the official edition MDY Shas, I have it over there, too far away from me. The Masechta is sponsored by Zevin Yal Sholof, Yishkoyach Zevin Yal, the Perek by Ilana Mary Davidovici, the Nishmas Yishai Ben Aaron, and Yocheved Chava Itel Bas Avram. I'm telling you, a lot of people came from Switzerland. How many people do we have on Shabbos from Switzerland? No, at least 10. At least 10. But we also had the guy that with his kids and his brother-in-law. Again, there's a bunch. It was a very nice matzah. You liked it? It was enjoyable, no? Every minute. So you recommend to other people. It's very nice. And this Shabbos also, so Ilana Mary, I was just thinking, they're coming. We had I think, close to 25 rooms of MDYers. Really? Oh, very good. We had a Hasidic guy that ended up making a nice donation to MDY. I talked him into joining the Daf. And I told him why it's good for him and everything. And he said he very much connected to, I once said in a podcast, I built a 12,000 square foot home. What is that, 1,100 meter home? And I said to myself, what am I doing here? This, shtusim. Then I moved to Israel. He also built a house like that. And he's like, he feels empty. So I said, join this year, a whole drasha for an hour. So he came, that was his first year. And I said there was 25 rooms. So he screams out, no, 26 rooms, because he's the MDYer now. Givaldik. Halavai should stay and finish shots with us. I don't know if I said this. Daf Samach by Elia Berger. Thanks to Hashem and Rebbe Eli for my second Daf anniversary. Beautiful. 2 years strong. It's a lot of Daf. 700 Daf plus. The Masech is sponsored by David Salman. Dedicated memory of Avi Meir, Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi, Doiv Zechron Vracha. I want to give you shkoyach to Kobe as a Landsman Duke. Kobe Goldschmidt. He because usually Mark Ashkenazi was on the line right now. He's in my computer doing the stuff and helping out with the technology. It was Shabbos for him in America, as much as Shabbos. So Kobe knows how to do everything. So he jumped on and he did it. Not only that, he did a lot of charts, and he had to stay up the whole night because he had to still do stuff and editing from Friday and Thursday. And then he came to Shachris, and then he drove here. So I don't know, did you get to sleep a little bit? 2 hours. So Shkoyach Kobe, Shkoyach, that's our staff. The mamish fully dedicated. The Politic Family Foundation, in honor of MDY Latin America and their warm hospitality. Anonymous, Hatzlacha Baruchnis of Gashmis, and thank you to Chief Benny. Shmuel and Ova Schuster for continuing Hatzlacha and Achas for our children. Anonymous, for complete refor Shleim and Arichas Yom Talei Basester B'Yom and Daniel Roosevelt B'Riz V'Simcha. Monthly sponsors anonymously Nishmas Yehonatan Nathan ben Mordechai Zev HaKoyin Zechron Levracha. The Tzvi's Nishmas Yehonatan Nathan ben Mordechai Zev HaKoyin Zechron Levracha. Well, that's the Gemara. If you'd like to donate a daf, it's mamish cheap now because this is going to be, I'm telling you right now, I understand these things. This is going to be the next Gemara Shas. And your name is going to be inscribed on the daf forever. The Yilu Nishmas, whatever you want. Next cycle also, and there's a QR code. We just hired an artist today, a phenomenal artist, and the goal is to have on every daf like 4 or 5 pictures per daf that explain the daf. Pictures. It's going to be MDY style, but very, very easy to. I just learned from it this morning a little bit. I don't really use it a lot, but I'm starting. I want to get used to it. I want to see, how to improve, etc. It's just very, very flowing. You read it like it's easy to read and easy to understand Gemara. So check it out. Anonymous, Refuah Shleima for Rabbi Ruchim. We're not trying to go into competition with anybody, but it works very well because we give free Gemaras, and that's so it's a good thing for us. Anonymous, Refuah Shleima for Rabbi Ruchim ben Yehudis and Avram Yishaya ben Slava Dvora Amen. The Spanish year sponsors, big Refuah Shleima, the close friend, Naftali Herz ben Chaya Pesia. Daily sponsors, Yechiel Dahan, Refuah Shleima for Shmuel ben Lior Chayo, having a big surgery today. Should have a Refuah Shleima. Yecheskel Isengard, Bracha V'Atzlacha to everyone learning Daf Yomi, Amen, and also to the rest of the Klal Yisrael. MDY Art Month, Refuah Shleima, Mordechai ben Esther, Refuah Sayela, Daniel Zeb ben Ayel Esther. Boys, I came on a perfect day. Today is story day. It's a Gadita, we call it a Gadita. It's very, very easy, very geschmack. However, with the time of the day and whatever it was, I missed 6 lines. I started 6 lines late, so I got to go back. You don't have to look at it. We can do it quick. We're holding Daf Nun Ches Amud Beis, smack in the middle. We're going to do 6 lines and then move to Nun Tes Amud Beis. Haven't done this in a while, but we don't have Nachman Seltzer and all these guys telling me where to go. So sometimes, and the Swiss guys, the Swiss of the Olam, they're very, very polite. They knew I was in the wrong place. They didn't want to say anything to Magid, you know what I'm saying? Shkoyach. Hey, Nosim Bar Shilo, Rav Tabuchai, the Tzipar, the Rebbe. No, we did that. Sorry. Rebbe Yehuda, Oimer, Im Nitla Hanoitza Psula. You got that one? Right before the Mishnah, 6 lines at the top of the Mishnah. Rebbe Yehuda says that if the feathers, how do you say it in English? The goose, the down. What you make the blankets from, the thin stuff. If the chicken, the whatever, the bird doesn't have that down, so he says psula. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shmuel, that's very similar to another halacha. That what? Rabbi Yehuda, Hoda Amaron, that if it's missing the down, that's kilu, it's missing its skin, it's possible. Rabbi Shmuel, it's not. Rabbi Shmuel, Hanoitzim Tzarefes. That if a kohen has a machshava of pigul, he thinks to himself as he's shechting the bird, a half a kazais of this meat and a half a kazais of feathers, I'm going to put on the mizbeach in 3 days from now. That's pigul. The feathers and the meat, they go together, combined for a kazais. So what do you see? The feathers and meat are the same. Feathers, you can consider it like are Omerava. What's the connection? Maybe there's not a connection. Rabbi Yehuda said that the down, the feathers are considered a treifa. If you don't have down, it's a bird walking around without clothing. It's going to die. It's not going to survive. So, beneget the treifa, it's a treifa. But when it comes to pigul, there's no pigul. Pigul is meat. Pigul is food. Blood, meat, steaks, but not feathers. Or Rabbi Shmuel says over there that's pagule. Why? He says Rashi, a modna thing that some people eat feathers. It's royal achila. But not when it comes to treifa. Okay, so without noitza, it won't be a treifa. Now we're going to skip Rabbi Isai. Unbelievable, skipping a whole daf here. We're holding by Vikeresh. Yeah? I think so. By the giraffe. Some people say it's a giraffe. It's very interesting that, so last night I mentioned in Shir that a giraffe has all the simanim of Tahara. It has split hooves. It's a malagera. It regurgitates its food. It chews its cud. And also, it doesn't have upper teeth. It has all the simanim. The Gemara says if you're in a midbar, you don't have what to eat. You're looking around. You see an animal. You're in the jungle. You're in a safari. You look inside the mouth. You see, it doesn't have teeth on the top. It's malagera. You could eat it. Geshmak. So why don't we eat giraffe? So everybody says you don't need giraffe because we don't have a Messiah where to shecht it. So Rav Weisfish told me today it's not true. So what do you mean we don't have a Messiah? You could shecht it all the way on the neck. It has a neck. It's very easy to shecht, just right here to here. Don't touch the tabas hagdoil on top. Don't touch the lungs on the bottom. The whole kan and veshet is good. What's the problem? He says maybe the pshat is that it's illegal. You go to jail if you shecht it. It's expensive. It's hard to get. And then he threw in Messiris. So I looked into it a little bit today, the little I had time, because came out all my, not all, I tried to learn before I left, before Shachris, but it was a lot of traveling. It's hard to learn. But anyway, the little that I found, and you tell me if I'm wrong, where is Messiris brought down? Because yesterday we were debating Messiris. It seems from the Gemara there's no Messiris. If you think that a wildebeest is kosher, go ahead and eat it, as long as it has the simanim. You think a buffalo is kosher, eat a buffalo. The Gemara doesn't say you have to, a Messiris. The Gemara doesn't mention a word about Messiris. The Gemara says, look at the simanim and eat it. On animals that we don't know. But the Shach does bring this musik of Messiris. That's the only place I was able to find. That's the earliest. So, in other words, how long ago did the Shach live? So like call it 700 years ago. There's nobody mentions Messiris. So you were able to eat that. Something new. Okay. Says the Gemara, and a giraffe or whatever this keresh is only has one horn. You're allowed to eat it. This is a deer. What's a keresh? It's a deer from Beiloi. Now it actually works out well. What the Gemara is going to say in a second, that it might be a giraffe. Why? Tigris. What's this tigris? So tigris sounds like a tiger. Tigris, and that's how they call it in Hebrew. Tigris. Aryeh de Beiloi. It's a lion of Beiloi. Interesting. I don't know if the Olam knows. What's more powerful? What's going to win on a one-on-one fight? A tiger or a lion? So everybody says lion is a melech hachayis. What's the truth? It could be some melech hachayis, but what wins in a war? So they say a tiger wins. It's much larger. It's like almost a meter longer. It's almost 50 kilo heavier. It has more PSI in its bite. It's just a stronger animal. So this tigris here we have here, Aryeh de Beiloi, because the Gemara is going to say that it roared. This is a picture I found, and here's just to show you you have to understand, if you take off its legs, just look at its torso compared to a human being. It's at least twice as long as a human being's body, much thicker. This very, very muscular, strong animal. I call upon him. It says, 5.5 meters from ear to ear. That's how wide his head is. His head is 5.5 meters. Beinuna the Aryeh de Beiloi. Rav Yosef, Shitzer Amosa Mashched the Tavia de Beiloi. And this deer of Beiloi is 16 amma long. So I don't know how tall a giraffe is, but it's very, very tall. Bismanenu. So you could still say that maybe that's what he's tied is. That he has all sorts of rice. That might be a giraffe. Okay. Or what's the other thing he calls it? A zemer, something like a zemer, something like that the Torah talks about, that we don't know what it is. This might be a giraffe. Okay. It's Amitai ben David, the one that wrote Sichas Chullin. He was the authority, the Sefer on Chullin back in the day. So now we have a series of stories. And before we start, you have to know that in every Agadita, there are stories that we don't understand. We don't comprehend. And we're not really supposed to comprehend. There's Soidus HaTorah. There's a lot of Kabbalah. There's a lot of secrets that for the right people that understand, they understand. So even though I understand most of it, I can't tell you any of it. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. The guy took me serious for a second. He's like, so, what should I do? Oh, fully grown males typically range from 16 to 18 feet, 5.5 meters tall. These tigers, okay? That being said, there's the push at the story, and then the things that we're not going to understand about the moon and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the HaKadosh Baruch Hu felt bad. What does it mean? So we're going to see series of questions that the Caesar asks Reb Shua ben Chananya, then it goes from from him to his daughter asking him questions. Basically, they're making fun of Yiddishkeit. So he says, Elikechem Kari Mosel. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the mashal of Hashem is like a lion. Because it says, the Siv, Aryeh Shoag Milo Yira. The lion roars, who's not going to be scared? They say by Esther Malka, she switched the tefillah from a dog, she called Achashverosh's dog, to Aryeh Shoag Milo Yira. What's the pshat? Because a dog, there's a lot of from people are scared of dogs. It's like a natural thing. It's a funny thing to me. I don't know why. Mom is scared. Since I'm a kid, my father told me when I was 6 years old, he said, listen, if a dog ever chases you, you chase it back. It's going to run away. So in America at that time, they didn't have the animal control. They had a lot of loose dogs in my neighborhood in Farakwe to go in groups. If you go to Mexico, you have it till today. 10, 20 dogs, they'll run after you. So I'm coming home from school or whatever it is, I'm walking the street by myself. It's a pack of dogs, like 10, 15 dogs. They start, it was scary for a 6-year-old. So I remember my father said, if you run after them, it's like a Michigan, I start running after them. They turned around and they ran away. And I learned for life. That was it. It was a lesson for life. They run away, they're scared of you. But if you show them 1 second that you're scared of them, it's all over. If you try to run from them, you're not going to be able to run faster than them. They're going to catch you. And that's what they like. It's like a game for them. They don't necessarily want to bite you. They want to play, whatever it is. So Esther says, first I thought Achashverosh is a dog. A dog, we're not scared of a dog. I'm going to fight a dog. It's not a problem. Poke him in the eye, hit him in the nose, whatever I think. Even though most dogs could be dangerous to humans. But then she changed it to Aryeh. When an Aryeh approaches a human being, there's nothing you can do. You're a goner. It's faster, it's stronger, it's everything. So then what do? The Rebbeinu Shalom. That's the only thing you can do. So she wanted the Klal Yisrael to daven. There's nothing else. So she changed it. So says the Gemara, my Revuse, the Caesar, the Caesar tells Reb Shua ben Chananya, what's the big glick? So what if the Rebbeinu Shalom is like a lion? Prosha katal aryeh. Every person that has an arrow, that has a knife, could kill a lion. Till today, the Masai Mara, we went there. That was one of the trips we did with MDY. So you have these tall Africans, and in order to be initiated into the group, they have to kill a lion. They go with a thing. They chase. The lions are scared of them. You catch a lion. They say. This is what they say. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I'm a gavra. I killed the lion. Okay. So, parasha katal anybody could kill a lion. Omerlei lav kayari muscle. No. The Rebbeinu Shalom is nimshal, not to the lion that you know, that small lion. Kari the be'ilai muscle, the lion that it's 5.5 meter head. That's what we're talking about. Omerlei bina de mechzis lin halei. Yeah, really, there's such a lion. Show him to me. Omerlei lematzis chazis. Impossible. You can't see him. I want to see him. Show him to me right now. Says the Gemara, so Reb Shua ben Chananya davened, and the lion started coming to the Caesar. You know, throughout the Gemara, again, 400 is always a lashon of guzma, 300 is a lashon of Gemara. Not always, but there's many, many times in Shas 400. 400 barrels, 400 years, 400 parsa, 400. It's a lashon, like a very large number. Arba mea parsini, niam chad kala. He roared like one roar. All the women that were pregnant, they had a miscarriage. V'shur the roim nofal. Oh, Vishur the roim nofal, and a whole row of wall from Rome fell. Adam Rachik Lasma Parson was 300 parsois away. Niam Kol Achrina roared again. Nasser Kache Vishina the Gare. The teeth of the men started falling out. And the Caesar fell off his chair onto the floor. Oh, now I have Charata, I don't want to see him anymore. I'm begging you, please daven for me, that the lion should go back where he came from. I don't want to see him anymore. You're right, it's not kedai to see him. And he davened for him, and the lion went back to its place. You know the story. I want to see your Rebbeinu Shloim. It's impossible. I need to see him. Show him to me. He put him in front of the sun in the Tekufa of Tammuz. When's the Tekufa of Tammuz, Rabbi Isai? Right now. Yeah, but it's a Tekufa. It's a period of time. Look up at the sun, stare at it. I can't. You can't look at the sun. The sun, it's only one of the many servants that Hakadosh Baruch Hu has. Look at all these stars. One servant. It's a gashmistic thing. It's a physical thing. You can't even look at the physical. You think you're going to look at the ruchnius? Drop it. Third story. I want to make bread for the Rebbeinu Shloim. Here's the story. I'll show you the story first, then we'll see in the Gemara second. Why not?
רבי, מה אתה אומר? אני רוצה לעשות סעודה לקודש ברוך הוא שלכם.
אינך יכול.
מה? למה?
כי מרובים צבאותיו של הקודש ברוך הוא.
מה? אני מתעקש!
בסדר. לך תחל את הסעודה לקודש ברוך הוא על שפת נהר רבי זה.
תתחילו מההתחלה.
למה זה קורה?
אלו הם רק עובדי הניקיון שמגיעים לנקות לקודש ברוך הוא את המקום לסעודה.
אם ככה, אני התייאשתי.
Now let's see it inside. He says, I want to make a feast for the Rebbeinu Shloim. Omar le matzis. You can't. Impossible. Why not? He says, Nefishi chelvase. I was thinking about when Trump. I don't know about. I don't even know who's the prime minister or how does it work here. Nobody knows. I got it.
There's no prime minister.
What do you have?
7 people. 7.
Really? Everyone is the same chashuv.
Yeah.
But that's mamish what the moon said to this. That's mamish today's Gemara. Wow, what a kiss from Hakadosh Baruch Hu. That's what the moon said. How could you have 2 malachim with 1 keser? 7. Wow. Okay. But it's albet. It goes. Okay. When Trump comes, let's say he comes to Eretz Yisrael, how many people does he come with? It's a few hundred. They say it's in the hundreds. First of all, they come 3 weeks before and they check the sewer system. They solder, they close all the holes in the street so nobody could hide, and put bombs and this, and they look and that. But when he makes a Suda, you're going to invite Trump, you have to invite his wife, you have to invite his Misharsim, the Secret Service. It's a whole, you're inviting the Rebbeinu Shalom, you're telling the Caesar. If I invite the Caesar to my, it's not just one person, it's the whole entourage. So you have to prepare. I want to prepare for the whole thing, for everybody. I'll tell you what, go over there, special place, the Reviach Alma, there's a lot of room over there. Make a Suda for thousands of people. Go ahead, knock yourself out. He was hoping that a big wind is going to come and to get rid of it. That's Kachava. So he worked for 6 months straight, he worked on this meal. Big wind came, took everything right into the ocean. He didn't give up. The Sisva. He worked another 6 months in the winter. Also, Mitra Tabibiyama. Again, this is the Pashta story. You could say, listen, there's something going on here. There's a story, a deeper meaning that Chazal want us to know. Okay. Also, Mitra Tabibiyama. Omarle, my high. I don't understand. Why is it I worked a whole year and it just went to waste? Omarle, Hanak Nishos, Lichad, also Kamei. Everywhere in every city, I'm sure in Switzerland they have it probably every day. In America, in Eretz Yisrael, it's once a month. They have that truck that comes with a vacuum and a sweeper. How often they do it here in Switzerland? Every week. Okay, in New York also is every week. But that was to give people tickets. It's different. Over here also? By the way, how much is that ticket? I went 40 kilometers an hour instead of 30. No, in Switzerland.
On which limit? Number 20 or?
No, 30. 30. I went 40.
That's a lot of money.
120.
No, in the 30.
Yeah, nice. Break the court.
Court. Yeah, but I'm rent a car. I'm not a citizen.
Don't worry.
Yeah? So you mean I'm going to go now to the airport? They're going to put me in. They're going to arrest me. Next time I come. Okay. I better get my citizenship quickly. All right. Different story. And the whole reason I came to Switzerland, you think it's for the shir, you think it's to pick up my kids. I came for that bakery on Schmielestrasse. What is it called over there? What? Schmielestrasse. That bakery over there. Poyerdik. Yeah. Wow. That's why I came. What?
There's only one bakery.
Really? You don't even have to say which street. Doilam knows. The bakery. I got it. And it's good. It's rather very good. Okay. So says the Gemara. So the HaKadosh Baruch Hu also has a sweeping machine. In Eretz Yisrael, by the way, if you spill something on the floor in the street, it stays stained until it rains. Sometimes it doesn't rain for 4 or 5 months. It'll stay there. Then when rain comes, it's geschmack. Takes away all the dust, all of this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu also has the sweepers. They come, they sweep, they clean. He says, you made a meal there. What do you mean? That whole area has to be cleaned up once in a while. Not every month. Every 6 months we come, we sweep out. Okay, forget it. I give up. I can't do it. Says the Gemara, okay, so now we have 3 stories from the case, and now we have the daughter of the case. Same Tana. Your God is a carpenter. Sounds familiar. There's a certain religion that also, okay, fine. You're a carpenter. He's a carpenter. The chsiv, how do I know? He makes a ceiling out of water. I want him to make me this tool that they use to unwind these. When they weave, they use this tool. I want him to make me one. Omar l'chayi. Okay, you got it. You want it, you'll get it. Boy rachma Allah. So he davened that she should get it. V'inago, and she got tsaras. Why? Oisva b'shuka de roiming, because the Gemara is going to say in a second, there's a minog. When somebody gets tsaras, they put her in the marketplace of roimi. V'yavalu masterisa, she got her wish. You try to start out with the Rebbeinu Shalom, try to make fun, you'll get what you asked for. You want a masterisa? Here you get a masterisa. How do you get a masterisa? If you get tsaras, you get a masterisa. V'yosiv b'shuka v'sosar tzari. The haven nihigi, there was a minhag, the kol the menagi beroimi, anybody that got tsaras in Rome, you have the masterisa, they give him as a gift, they give him masterisa. Why? V'yosiv b'shuka v'sosar dulele. He sits there in the marketplace and weaves, and people will have rachmanas and they'll daven for the person. Even a goy, you hear this? Even goyim. They knew the power of tefillah. Fine. Yom Echad have a cholif hustle. Rav Chanan Yeshua came and walked over there in the shuk. She was sitting there and weaving, doing her thing in. This is the daughter of the Caesar sitting on the floor like a beggar in the marketplace. Omar Lo, Mama, she gave it to her. Shapirta Masturisa diavlach elikai. No, is it a nice masterisa that my God, you called him my God gave you this thing? You like it? Tell your Rebbeinu Shalom, Nishkol my dehavli. Please take it back. In other words, I don't want tzaras anymore. Our God gives. Mishkal Shakal, he doesn't take back. He's a giver. He doesn't take. Where do we have a similar story in Shas, Rabbi Isai? In the Hebrew Shir, a bunch of people remembered. Does anybody remember? But you were in the Hebrew Shir, weren't you? Wow, because it was a Gerech Chas that looked like you, sitting right here, and he also said it. You're not here, okay. Fine. The golden leg. What's the golden leg? What's the story? Chanina ben Doisa, he was known for all his moifsim and did a lot of moifsim, and his wife said, we need to live, we need some parnasa. Tell the Rebbeinu Shalom that we want one little piece. You're getting so many schusim over there. One little thing. Give us like a golden coin, something we can live. So the Rebbeinu Shalom gave him a leg, like a leg of a table, made out of gold. And then she dreamt that everybody was in the Beis HaMikdash, and everybody has a nice table, and their table is missing a leg. Bezayin. They're going to sit there did I say Beis HaMikdash? In Olam HaEmes, they're going to sit there with a 3-legged table. So she said, Rebbeinu Shalom, Daven, she tells her husband, Daven, take it back right away. We don't want it. So Rebbeinu Shalom took it back, the hand comes down, takes it back. So the Gemara says, the nest of the first one is much larger than the nest. The nest that they took the leg back was a greater nest than giving them a leg in the first place. Because of this Gemara, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives, He doesn't take. That's it, you're stuck with it. You want a Misterisa, you got a Misterisa. All right. By the way, I have a job for everybody here. I already asked the other share, but nobody's cooperative. Maybe you guys will do better. My Zayda, Rabbi Eli Stefansky, who lived here in Basel or whatever, but he lived in Switzerland. There's a picture of him that I saw when I was a kid. I was maybe 15 years old. I didn't have a cell phone that I could take. I saw a picture. They showed me a picture of him with skis. Him and one of his brothers had like these old, the wooden skis. I would love that picture. Maybe somebody could figure it out, how to get it. Here, you guys here in Switzerland, figure it out. Yeah? Maybe they have it, you're saying. I was asking the optometrist. You had no idea. Okay. No, he had a list of all the brothers when they were born, the whole thing. But not skis. Maybe somebody in I don't know, maybe in Bnei Brak they have it. I'll have to ask around. Do more research. So we can schmack a picture in the dining room, The Zayda. But little do you know that his ankle is going to be a bum and go skiing. That he's not so happy now. See, later on, he had the the long coat and the up hat. He became a real Bnei Brak here. I don't know, a long time ago. You talking about? I'm talking about. No, he was nifter. He was nifter literally, like almost 50 years ago. That's when he was nifter. So that must have been maybe 70, 80 years ago. It's a long time ago. Yeah. They had a black and white picture. It was like two mountains standing there with two wooden skis. Zog the Gemara. Now somebody's going to make it on AI, Omer Avi the Shar, Karston and Praston. Here we got a Shar. A Shar, a bull, has a very large stomach and a large head, large tail. A donkey, the opposite. Shar, Kraston, and Praston, even its hooves are very large. Rav Reish's head is large. Rav Gnufte. You could say that this is also Kabbalah. Like, what's going on here? Who cares? The Gemara says, but it's like, doesn't satisfy so much the answer. V'chilufa b'chamara, donkey's the opposite. Small head, small stomach, small feet. L'maynaf gemina, and what does that have to do with this whole sugi to begin with? L'mekach u'memkar. That's why I inserted it here, for mekach u'memkar. One of the pshatim in mekach u'memkar is eitz taiva, for the person buying, you should know how to buy. When you buy a bull, get a good big head, good nice tail. Okay? Imagine, Rabbi say, imagine this. You were just born. Nobody else is in the world besides you. You're the only person in the world. You don't know what's flying. Wake up, look around, nobody's there. There's the Alps, it's beautiful. There's the sun, the whole thing. And all of a sudden, the sun starts going down. It's getting darker. Finster. Now what? You think it's all over. In your mind, what are you thinking? You're thinking, that's it. I lived my life. I know there's a Rebbeinu Shalom. I don't know anything. I see animals. I don't see. I'm finished. It's over. So the Gemara tells us Adam Rishon was very scared. He thought that's it. His life was over. And when he realized that that's the minhag ha'olam, that the sun moves and the world or whatever, but we have a night and a day, so he brought a carbon. He brought a shar. But this is an interesting shar. Shar sheikriv v'adam rishon karnov. No, sorry. Shar sheikriv v'adam rishon ker nachas hoysele b'mitzchay. It was a unicorn, a unishar. Only had one horn here. They have once in a while, you get a bria mishuna that has one horn. Okay, a 3-horn, 1 horn. Shenemar v'sitov l'Hashem mishor par makrin mafris. Ask the Gemara, where do you get makrin? Doesn't mean 1. Makrin means 2. Makrin is plural. Lashon rabim. Tarit demashra. Omer Rav Nachman makron ksiv or mekeren here. We have, if you look at it without nikudas, it says it b'lashon yachid. So that's where you got it. That it was a single. So here we have a beautiful video. And that goes very well with the next video later on, the one with the Bria Soilam, which a lot of you have seen probably. If not, it's kedai to see. So this is what Adam Rishon was makriv. His horn came out before his feet. He came out first, head first. First his horn came out, then his feet came out. And this is a rise of Rishon Levi. Listen to this, you got to remember this for the rest of your life. All the animals that were created in Sheshish Mei Bereshis were created as adults. Large animals. There wasn't a small elephant. It was a large, giant elephant. That's number 1. B'daito nivru. Every animal, Hashem asked him reshus. You want to be born? You want to be created? Yes? Okay, go. And finally, b'tzivyoinam nivru. This is a pella. The elephant told the Rebbeinu Shalom, I want a long tusk. Or nose, what do they call it? Trunk. Thank you. Long trunk. I want tusks. I want 7 tons. I don't want to be scared of anybody. He told him exactly what he wants. The lion says, no, I want to be agile. I want to be this. The other one says this. Everyone, b'tzivyoinam, they decided how they want to look. Pella. Shenemar vayichudu hashamayim va'aretz v'chol tzvaam al tikri tzvaam elo tzivyoinam. Interesting stuff. Most of us say this every day, especially Hasidim, but some of the others, they like to skip around a little bit. They come late to shul. So Yichvod is one of those ones that goes first, because Ashri, you got to do Ashri. Yichvod comes right before you. So that a lot of people do a little skip. So what's pshat? You should be very happy with your creations. Pasuk zeh Sarah Olam Amori. Good to know. If you say it every day, you should know. Who said Yichvod? Yichvod was a malach that tells the Rebbeinu Shalom, be happy with your creations. They're beautiful. So it says in the pasuk, but after by a tree, it says, the trees, liminoi, they should be by themselves. I'm sure he takes out the liminoi and puts it in liminoi. Yes, of course. So now the grass is here, he's just trying to be funny. The grass is made a little kavachomer. You don't hear them exactly, but they're talking grass language. It's very hard to understand what they're saying. If you listen carefully, you'll hear. They made a kavachomer that they can't grow together. They have to be separated like trees. If Hashem wants everything to be mixed up, why did he say that the trees have to be each species by themselves? Void. Trees don't usually grow together, they're usually separate. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, be careful, be by yourselves. That we could get mixed up, so certainly we shouldn't be mixed up. And in fact, they all grew by themselves. On that, the Sarah Olam told the Rebbeinu Shalom, we should be so happy with them. In other words, he was masking with the Kavachomer. Says the Gemara, if you take 2 grasses and do our cover, so take a look, this is a fascinating thing. What's our cover? What this individual is doing, he's taking a tree, he takes normal people, they take 2 types of trees. They'll take a lemon and an orange, they'll put it together, and pop, they'll get a grapefruit or something. That's this is the Raisa. This guy did 40 in one tree. Take a look at this.
The tree of 40 fruit is a single fruit tree that grows over 40 different types of stone fruit, including peaches, plums, apricots, nectarines, cherries, and almonds. I started a tree and I let it grow for about 3 years. And at that point, I can come in and start to graft onto those branches. Those 4 branches become 8. The next year, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32. It's essentially like an 8 to 9 year process.
The kids of the Gemara asks, what if you do that with grass? Are you chayiv or not? So who has 2? It's Boy Ravina. Here, Kivshnei Dishom Zagazeh Le Rebbe Chanina Bar Papa Mau. Given the like Sivbu Liminei, the Torah doesn't say you're not allowed to. Lo Mechayiv, so you're not chayiv. Or Dilmo, given the Askim Ayadayu. You see that the Malach was maskim, HaKadosh Baruch was maskim. Kimandach Sivbu Liminei. It's as if it says Mefurish that grasses should be separated. Damya, we don't know the answer. So let's just do the sponsorships. Turning of the Daf is sponsored by Dar Global, the official non-corporate sponsor of the MDY League. Encore Healthcare as a schus for all of Klal Yisrael. Wow. I just remember that guy said he was 26 rooms sold. Just hit me in the head now. I don't know why I thought about that. Says the Gemara. Reb Shimon ben Pazi Romi. Reb Shimon Pazi had a contradiction. Ksiv, ma mishagadata, no? This is famous, and I think it brings me to this thought, machshava, that a lot of knowledge that we have as Yidden, as from Yidden, we have from when we were 5 years old, 6 years old. And maybe it's time to upgrade, rethink what we learned. Not rethink, chas v'shalom rethink, relearn. We learned about the sun and the moon. We learned about the Tanoim and Amoraim, about Avram Avinu, Yitzchak. But we learned it when we were 5 years old. Maybe if we took another look at it when we're older, we learned it better, learned it stronger, we'll get much better knowledge, much better understanding what's going on. We kind of rely on a 5-year-old understanding. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I learned when I was a little kid. Vayas Kim made the two great luminaries. How do you say it? The two big lights of the world. Usiv, the sun and the moon. But then it says Usiv Samara Agodav Samara Kotoy. There's a large one, there's a small one. The moon tells the Rebbeinu Shalom, I don't want to be like in Switzerland. What? You're going to have 7 people ruling a whole country? Doesn't make sense. It's one. Oh, Baruch Shalom says you're right. Doesn't make sense. 7, 2, doesn't make sense. Oh, you're right. But because you're so right, so you become small. Not that I'm small. I don't know. We have to look it up. But the moon is probably hundreds, thousands times smaller than the sun, no? It's not half the size. It's a nothing compared to the sun. Okay, fine. It doesn't even give off light. It just reflects the light. Say that. It's a good taina. I'm the one that brought up the problem, so I have to be the solution. You make the solution. It's not fair. I brought up a good taina, so why should I lose out? You're right. I'll have a good answer for you. The sun only rules during the day, but at night you don't see him at all. You'll be night and day. Sometimes you can even see the moon at night, during the day. So what's the obvious question? You could see the moon, but it doesn't do anything for you during the day. It's nothing, 0. So that's what the moon says. What good is that? If you light a little candle in daylight, it doesn't do a thing. So what good is it that you're letting me rule during the day also? Klal Yisrael use you as the calendar will count the days and the years. But you know what? The tkufa comes from the sun. It's not even enough. So the Rebbeinu Shalom says, okay, Zil Likru Tzadikim B'Shmeich. Whatever this means, Tzadikim will be named after you, since you're small. So big Tzadikim, like David HaMelech, are also called small. Yaakov Avinu is Katan. Shmuel Katan. David Katan. I don't understand. I hope you understand. I'm telling you this Kabbalah stuff. Chazed Eloi Kum Yatv Daita. HaKadosh Baruch sees the moon is not happy. I need a kapara. What does it mean? Baruch Shalom doesn't know what he's doing. I need a kapara because I made the moon small. That's it. Say this. Why only by the Rosh Chodesh it says Lashem, you bring it to Lashem? The Sar that we bring on Rosh Chodesh is Kaviyachal, a kapar for the Rebbeinu Shalom. Ravasi had a question. I just need to make sure I'm not missing out. Oh, here. Was that Kiddush Levana? I don't even know.
rule 64 million moons could fit inside the sun.
Oh, that's a good one. 64 million moons could fit inside the sun. Wow, that's a number. That I didn't know. Okay. I said it's a nothing compared to it, but 64 million. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's just when you look over there and you say, and this star is a million light years away from that one, and these are things that just, yeah. Says the Gemara, listen to this. This is a huge, Rabbi say, if only for this, it's kedai to hear this. This is a yisoid in life. Big yisoid coming up here. Ravasi Rami, it says in the pasuk, Siva toitze aretz desha. The grass came out of the earth, betlas b'shapsa, on the third day of Brias Hoilam. Uchsiv, and it says, V'chol siach hasad terem yeh ba'aretz, and all the grasses are not even on the earth. And that was said when? B'mali shapsa, on Friday, on the sixth day. So what's going on? Were the grasses created on the third day or on the sixth day? Says the Gemara, listen to this. No, they were created on the third day. But they stood there right below the surface, waiting. Waiting for what? The Rishon came and davened, and then the rain came and they grew. So what do we learn from this? Tremendous insight. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves when we daven to Him. So it says here a tremendous insight. The insight is that shidduch that we're waiting for is right there. It's there. It's created. It's not that you daven and HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates it. It's created already. You just have to daven to find it. That parnasa, that whatever you're looking for, all these things that you need, even your refuah, it's there. That's what the Gemara says here. It's there. It's like a leaf trying to come out. It's just waiting. Hashem created it in a way that you have to daven, you have to cry, you have to beg. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. He wants that relationship with us. He doesn't want you just take it, take. Everything is a relationship. So if you have that relationship, you ask nicely, and you beg nicely, and you cry nicely, so then it pops out. It comes right out of the ground, but it's there. The shidduch is there. Your kid is doing well there, but you just have to daven for it. As I state though. Now here's a beautiful, you can't watch this enough. Every school should show this in their, this is most of it, I think. Bria Soilam, MDY artists put this together. Befrat Shlomo. Gewaldig. Omer Rav Choron bar Rava, Hashesua bria b'fnei atzmi. This shesua animal is a bria b'fnei atzmi. Here is a shesua. Sheyesh shnei gavim, has two backs, and shnei shidrois, and two spines. Okay, whatever that means. Was he a hunter or he knew how to an archer? This is proof that Torah is min hashamayim. These are beautiful words, so put it into your Agadta. There's 6 rulers of Plishtim, Ha'azoti, V'ashdori, V'ashkaloini, Hagiti, V'akroini, V'avim. That's 6. Omar Chamsho Choshev Shita. What are you doing? You're saying 5, but at the end is 6. Omar Rabbi Yonason. Arunke, the Chashuvim of them, the important ones, Shalom Chamisha. Oh, Mamish in Yon the Yom, it's like in Switzerland. Over here they have 7. Over there have 6. Chashuvim. I love the word arunke. Put that in your sefer also. The Avim are from Yemen. We don't even want. They're not Plishtim. The Yemenites. Because they ran away from Yemen and they joined the Plishtim, so the whole Yemen went down the tubes. They had a taiva for other gods. They start trembling. Here they have many, many teeth.
Here to donate?
I'm broke.
No need for money. Come with me. Don't worry, it's for a great cause, for a round orphan. Mom, I brought you a gift.
All right, Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.